Mi Armon arguments comentario uno. Keep watching Transit TV and stay more for premium content.
Keep watching Transit TV.
Because we know the form that Heartland have been on. And, they were able to pick up a point, where they're over there. For me, it's a good result for Bender Insurance. The thing is, can they win their next home games? Because they played 2 away games on the bounce. So most likely they may have 2 home games on the bounce and, all of that. Can they win those games? If they win those games, that's 6 points. And, those 6 points could take them up to 12 positions from 19th. Oh, my goodness.
Well, but that's if the other teams, your light is off. That's if the other teams don't...
For the
yeah. Transit TV, welcome back again. NPFL Roundup, back with this beautiful faces and handsome face here, and always fun to talk Nigerian Professional Premier League. And he said he's not looking happy. Choma, I don't know where she is. Victor is vibrant today. He said we must have this session because Rivers United is back to the top of the table. Guys, you are welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's great to be here. A lot to talk about. A lot to say more, I have to say, because a lot went down in Lagos. And she will tell us as we progress. But I'm great to join the guys once again to talk about the NPFL.
Chama, back to see you again. It's been a little bit.
After a long while.
Yes, we are running from the banter. We have you today. You're going to do your segment is 2 games behind plus last week. Because
really?
People has lost the game, you ran away last week. Then today we see you. It's a man. Good to see you, Chama. Good to see you again. Let's start as usual with the results of the weekend. And Lobby Stars winning at home 1-0 to Plateau United. Shooting Stars winning again at home to Kano Pillars. Victor, you have a lot to say in that game. Castle United 0-0 to Rangers International. Tornadoes won 4-1 to Sunshine Stars. And Academy Warriors, the Drama Stars, are beginning to win games. 3-0 win over Abia Warriors. And Heartland drew 1-1 at home to Bender Insurance. Bender Insurance had become the draw team of this league. Rivers United came from behind to win Kwara United 2-1. Bayelsa United 2-1 win over Aqua United. Ikorodu City drew 1-1 with Remo Stars. And a lot of stuff happened in that game. When we get there, someone will give us more information. And this Thursday, we have Eyimba versus Nasarawa United coming up. Guys, these are the results for the weekend. And let me start with you, Choma. Rangers coming up third on the table right now. They went away and got a draw against Katsina United. It looks like they're beginning to find that form. This is the same way they crawled back last season and won the championship. It looks like they're beginning to find their form back.
Well, I didn't think they did a lot of crawling last season, though. I don't know if Victor would agree with me. I didn't see the level of crawling last season compared to the crawling they did this season. This season was it just started off, in a very distracting way, with the whole, I can give you 2 reasons. I mean, their coach getting called up to the national team, maybe. I want to think that, it happened, I wouldn't say too fast, because at least they would have noticed that it was going to happen. And then secondly, I think because they had some international duties, so it kind of shook them up. Well, do I think that, they are going to be there for, going to be among the winners? No, I don't think so. This season doesn't look like a season that we're going to take it. So I'm going to be rooting for Remo Stars and Rivers United.
Okay, but Remo and Rivers look like they're not really serious to take this season because they have had chance to run away with they've not been able to, in the last 1 month or two now, they've not been able to put together 3 consecutive wins to, extend that gap. The gap between them and Rangers now is just 2 points, I think, between Remo and the Rangers. Then 4 points between Rangers and Rivers United. So there isn't much there. So that takes us to Remo Stars going to leg Oniko, where Ikorodu City are playing their home games, and that game ended in a 1-1 draw. I have my concerns a little bit for Remo because they've not been winning games away from home, and it panned out just exactly as I expected it. Samoa was there live in the stadium, and there were some skirmishes that happened in that game. Fan encroachment, and assistant coach for Remo Stars being assaulted. So far, the league has fined Ikorodu City 1 million for failure to provide security, 1 million for encroachment, and 1 million for failing to ensure proper conduct of their team and supporters. Ikorodu City will be without their fans for the home games against Sunshine Stars to the 9th of December and the 25th of January to Kano Pillars. They will play in an empty stadium. Samoa, you are there at the game. Let's hear how that game panned out, and if you were there when the security concerns occurred.
Okay, for the game, the Southwest derby between the Remo Stars and Ikorodu City, it ended in 1-1 draw for both teams, as we all know. But Remo Stars were actually leading at first, leading 1-0, even down to the second half, where one of their players, Akinyele Ahmed, got a red card. Although the foul that led to the red card, it was not even worthy of a yellow card, but the ref gave a yellow card, and I think he got upset, and there were some stimulations and there were some gestures he displayed that made him get a second yellow. It was not even a second yellow card, he just put up the red card for him, so he had to leave. And Ramos has been playing with 10 players with 1 man down. So it was after then, during the stoppage time, before extra time, that a player from the Ikorodu City equalized. And before then, before that late minute goal from Ikorodu City, it was looking like Ramos Stars were going to win the game. And also, Lagos fans, they are noisy Lagosians. So it would be a shame that Ramos Stars came to put a stop to their winning, to their unbeaten streak in a Southwest derby. So the fans became furious, and also their goalkeeper, this Bankole Kayode, he's a Lagos boy, and he, I don't know, ignorance as well came in, because he was not available for the game because he was called up for the Chan Eagles. And the player who they used, the goalkeeper they used for that game was this Benin Republic goalkeeper, Obasa. So he was the one on the post for Remo Stars that day. And of recent they've been using him in place of Bankole. So Bankole is a Lagos guy. So I feel his fellow Lagosians maybe were offended as well. And they started chanting Ole, calling him, saying Ole. Then when he was coming towards the post, they started throwing Mexicans, and I think they peed into a urine bottle and started sprinkling the urine on him. So at some point he left the post and said, if they don't stop, she's not going to go back there. So at some point they stopped for the game to continue. As at this time, Ikorodu City had not even equalized yet. So that was how it was then. Towards the end of the game, equalized and everywhere. And at least the violence after the game was not as bad as if they had lost. If they had lost, to have been brutal was some players had to take off their shirts. Some Remo players had to take off their shirts because fans came into the into the pitch, and everyone was rowdy for security reasons. And before the game, I saw them. I saw soldier. I saw something. I saw police, sets of police and other security agencies training. I thought they will. They will. I thought they were going to have a use in the game, but unfortunately, they were nowhere to be found. Police were just sitting around doing nothing. So I don't know what was the use of police and what the organization of police and security. They did not, literally nothing. It was God that just helped that day.
Wow. This is not good for Nigerian the NPFL. I thought we have grown past this. Yes, the derby games, they are usually fun. You know how emotional those games can be and how heated it can be, but it doesn't give anybody any rights to assault anybody, be a player or fan or whoever that is in the stadium. We're glad that the NPFL has acted swiftly and punished City for days, and I hope that doesn't happen again. I know we've had that issue as well at Kanu Pillars, one of their home games, and Victor, if you remember, it had issues like this recently. But
just to add to what Isemoa said, I think the league body needs to do something about the security of PFL venues, because just like Isemoa said, the police did nothing. When Rivers United played against Kanu Pillars just recently, some weeks back, Kanu Pillars fans were agitating the stadium and were about to even encroach into the pitch. And I saw the police presence, at the stadium trying to go to hide. And I was looking at them, I was like, why are you going to hide? He said, I beg, how much then give me? That was what the police sergeant said. And two of them were running to go and hide inside one of the VIP rooms. So, I mean, I've always been tweeting about it and screaming about it. We need to do better with our security. You can't bring security and security is running when they are supposed to be doing their jobs.
But this is sad. That's not good at all. It was always going to be a very hostile game. Lagos fans, like someone said, they are very peculiar. If their team is playing badly, they turn against the team and start chanting for the away team. Then if you're beating their team too, and the team is playing well, they also find a way to show the emotions for Lagos fans is huge. But please, fans out there, if you're watching this program, please, let's keep our emotions in check and try to banter among ourselves, fans. Don't go hurting players, officials, or even fans as well. Banter is just okay, and game is win today, lose today, win tomorrow. There is still so much to be done to win this league. Because your team is doing very, very well. If you start to behave this way and they don't have you in their home games where they have been very, very strong this season, then it starts to affect the team performance. End of the day, everybody will lose. It doesn't pay anybody to be violent. This kind of violence is not accepted. And Victor.
Okay. Sorry. Reggie, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry to interject. Yeah, I mean, I just thought of something. While you were talking about fans, I don't know how consistent Nigerian clubs are with fan engagement and fan education. It's a real thing. Every club should have a representative amongst the fans. It could be one person or three person, how many persons they want to have, There's supposed to be a certain level of relationship between the club and the fans. So fan education and engagement, I think these guys do it. Sporting Lagos, they actually do have a very strong fan, presence and engagement from what I see, Nigerian clubs do not have forums for their fans. So they don't even educate their fans. Fans do not even understand the rules of engagement. They don't understand implications. Some fans do not know the rules. They don't know the NFF, codes and rules. Some of them will be like, it's not our business, why are we reading? Just like, how they say Africans don't read, yeah? But clubs should actually know that for every season they go to play football, they need to have a strong conversation. And it's not just, it happens once. Like WhatsApp chat groups are created for these things. So you constantly educate your fans. I mean, funnily enough, there's a gist about the national team having too many supporters, group and whatever, whenever they go on tournaments. And this is a case of not educating your fan base. So I think the NPFL club should really seize this opportunity because these guys will keep causing them problems and they will keep paying fines. And then the issue of security, like Victor mentioned, we need to see the importance too. And if the NFF, if they don't have the NFF and the FAs, if they do not have codes in the constitution that really will let point.
No, they have it. They have it because there have been instances a few times happen and those three clubs were duly punished. And to be fair, I mean, Crusaders have been playing games all through this season. They've been winning games and drawing or losing at home. They never had issues with fans. I think what happened is because of the derby. I'm sure it's the banter that the fans had coming to the game that they carried into the game because, Remo Stars is almost a Lagos-based team as well as the Kennedy and you could do see this. I'm sure the fans have been bantering and from there, no bragging right and, maybe people will put bets outside. Because I've not, this is the first time I'm hearing this about about Kyoto City. And this is not their first game this season. So maybe some people, and I don't know if you have watched a match in Lagos before. Lagos fans are something else. I'm telling you, I grew up in Lagos. Football is a religion in Lagos, as in big time. Is even an ordinary set that you play, and you go play something like the Sunday League in EPL, and you go to a small stadium, is heated like, fans are always on it. So, yeah, maybe I just want to believe that is the passion and the banter going into the derby that they took into the game. And for the fact that they're going to be there for the next two games, now two home games, both the club and these fans will understand that it's a serious business and I don't think it will happen again. And we thank God that Isemwa was safe on that one and came back home safely. And there was no report of anybody being hurt. And we hope that Ikuru City have learned from that. And we'll move to the next game. Victor, Rivers United are back to the top of the table after coming from behind to win Kwara United 2-1. I don't know, how did that one pan out? Victor, are you frozen? Oh, can you hear Victor?
So, the other season.
We didn't hear you from the beginning. You were hanging.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll go over again. Kwara United has always been a stubborn team for Rivers United to beat, especially in Port Harcourt. Last season ended in a draw. The season before that, Rivers United had to struggle to also beat Kwara United. And, on Sunday's game, Rivers had to come from behind because Kwara United scored first in the first half. Although I was not at the stadium because I had other engagements that day. I wasn't at the stadium present to see that one. But exactly what I expected panned out. Rivers United struggled in the second half. They kind of found their footing. Thanks to the substitutions that Finidi George made, kind of changed things around for the team, and they found a way to get that victory. And one fantastic thing about that game for Rivers is the fact that they were able to score 2 goals. Yes, they won that game by 2-1. I can't remember when last, let me say 2, 3 or 1 month ago, that's when Rivers United scored 2 goals. So in the end, Rivers United are back on top of the table. They can keep this momentum and get at least an away point or an away win. It keeps them on top of the table. If not, Remo is still behind them chasing.
Yeah, just staying with you, Victor. Shooting Stars seem to have begun to find their footing, winning 2-0 to Kano Pillars, though it was a home game, but 2-0 against Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars, though, sometimes they have some shocking results, both positively and negatively. I don't know. Did you get anything from that game?
Well, previewing that game, I was looking at it and I said, if Shooting Stars don't get a result against Kano Pillars, there's going to be huge problems because Kano Pillars are still without their core pillars of the team. They're still without Ahmed Musa. They're still without what's his name now, Rabi Ali. They're still without Nelson Abiam. They're still without one other player. His name skips my mind. Abdullah Sheikh was also out. So a couple of their key players are out. And so this was a perfect opportunity for Shooting Stars to get a victory over Kano Pillars. And yes, that happened. That's 3 wins for Shooting Stars in a row. Remember, they won away from home against Sunshine Stars by a goal to nothing. Then after that, they won. Can't remember the other fixture they won. Then Kano Pillars this weekend. So it's 3 wins on the bout for Shooting Stars. And guess where they are? They are 4th on the table. And that's the beauty of the Nigerian League, because once you get good results back to back, wins here, few draws here, you maintain that top position. Now, my only worry for Nigerian teams this season is, what are we fighting for? Because usually the top 2 in the league usually gets, continental slots. That's the first and the second team. While the top 3 rather, the top 3 in the league usually get continental slots. The first and second team gets the CAF Champions League. The third team gets Confederations Cup, and then the winner of the FA Cup gets the Confederations Cup. So now Enyimba is disappointing us on the continent. On Sunday, they lost by 3 goals to nothing against Black Bulls of Mozambique. I repeat, Black Bulls of Mozambique. They lost 3 goals to nothing in Mozambique there. And Enyimba are just with 1 point in 3 games. And to me, I think it's impossible. And if Enyimba don't advance, we are at risk of losing our coefficient on the continent. We can't send 4 teams on the continent. And as a result, we'll be only going to send only 2 teams. And that is the winner of the NPFL and the winner of the FA Cup. Now, I repeat, what is the other teams fighting for?
Well, you just have to stay on it. And, history will say it's 2024, 2025 season, you were second on the table, you are third on the table. It's still something to fight for. And at least have the experience to stay in the challenge. You never know the way it's going. The top 3 teams or 4 teams is just 2 points, 1 point sometimes on same point as differentiating them. So any of the 4 teams up there can as well win the league. So yeah, they're fighting for the league. There are 3 teams now in league. If you look at it,
well, it makes the job difficult for them. Yes, as far as I'm concerned right now, all 20 teams in the league are fighting for the league title. All 20 teams. Because
that's how it should be. Winner takes it. That's how it should be. So, you take it serious.
Yeah. But, the continental slot is really important because it gives our players the experience. Now, with just 1 team on the continent in each competition, we have limited experience, and we are going to create much more problems for ourselves. And as well, we also get CAF funding. It's also going to affect, the funds from CAF.
And I understand what you're saying. It's reality, but the truth of the matter is, it probably would be good for them as well. So that next time, anybody that has, and like you said, the beginning of this season, NPFL had 4 teams in the continental level, only Enyimba left in the group stages. So next time, if they find themselves, they say, you shouldn't be blaming Enyimba. The other 3 teams that could not make qualification to the group stage should also ask themselves questions. So next season, anybody that finds themselves there, they know what to do. So it's not anybody's fault. If they don't do well, they don't do well. Whatever the outcome is, you take it. That's the rule of the game, So, yeah, there's nothing to cry about. You didn't perform, and the rule says the further you go, the more slot you have in the coefficient and stuff. So that's what it is. Choma, do you have anything to add on that before we move to the next game?
I don't think I have anything to add.
Yeah,
just like asking a question. What are they fighting for? I mean, probably they're fighting for,
Yeah, Victor, it looks
like you mentioned, the Premier League title. I don't know.
But then Insurance might not survive this season from the look of things. They drew again to Heartland, though this is an away game. But I mean, if they really want to get out of that relegation, they need to start winning. I don't care whether it's going to be home or away. Heartland again, staying away from losing games. They have really come thus far to. This was a team that was almost destined to relegation at the beginning of this season, but they're beginning to pick up the points.
Yeah, Heartland 11th on the log and Bender Insurance 19th on the log. Bender Insurance, sorry about that. They are still safe, I think. Bender Insurance are still safe. Their last game was a draw against Aqua United, and that was away from home. And the next game also away from home. A draw at Heartland. For me, that was surprising because we know the form that Heartland have been on. And, they were able to pick up a point, were over there. For me, it's a good result for Bender Insurance. The thing is, can they win their next home games? Because they played 2 away games on the bounce. So most likely they may have 2 home games on the bounce and, all of that. Can they win those games? If they win those games, that's 6 points. And, those 6 points could take them up to 12 positions from 19th. Oh, my goodness.
Well, but that's if the other teams, your light is off. That's if the other teams don't win their own games. Yeah, that takes us to the last segment of the show, the league table. After 17 games in this year's league, Rivers United are on top. They went back on top, 32 points, followed by Remo Stars, 30 points, and Rangers International, 28 points in third position. Shooting Stars are fourth on the log, just 1 point behind Rangers, just 5 points behind league leaders, just 3 points behind Remo Stars in second position. Shooting Stars are 27 points and fourth on the table. Academy Warriors, fifth position, 26 points. Ikorodu City have risen all the way to the sixth position with 25 points. And Bayelsa United are on the seventh position. Tornadoes on seventh and Bayelsa on eighth position. Eyimba, I know they have 3 games in hand. Their league is down to 22 points now. Even if they win those 3 games, they have 31 points, which is, from the way this league has been going, it doesn't look like that's going to happen and the way they are playing. So it looks like they've maintained top position in this league for a while. Now it looks like that position is going to be in jeopardy. And Kano Pillars on 10th position. Heartland, just 1 position below the top half of the table. They are on 11 points. And way down, you have Aqua United 16 points at the bottom of the table, followed by Bender Insurance 16 points, and Sunshine Stars 18 points, Nasarawa United 18 points as well. But Nasarawa United shared the same point with Plateau United 18 points. And like Victor always says, 2 games winning on the bounce could take you all the way to the top half of the table on the way. But little by little, the top half teams are beginning to pull away. If these teams that are below the table don't begin to start to put wins together, they probably will stay put in those areas because it's now about 5 points separating them. So any other loss and these guys in top half win, then it begins to look very difficult for them to catch up. Yeah, this is what the table looks like. Victor, is there any surprises there, or what do you think? Do you think it's beginning to? It looks like for all the season, first to fourth position has been consistent. Almost the same teams. Remo Stars, Rivers United, Eyimba was there before they played fewer games. Rangers has always been around fourth, fifth position. They have moved to third now. Shooting Stars is the only team I find surprising to be in the top 4 the teams. But other than that, it looks like this is about how the league is going to end. I don't know what you think.
Well, it's still shaping off. This is match day 17. We are nearly getting close to the first half of the season. By match day 19, we'll be done with the first half of the season. And so far, Rivers United, Remo Stars, Rangers, Ikorodu City, and Eyimba have been consistent in recent times on the top of the table. Shooting Stars is also surprising. But we'll keep our fingers crossed because it's still in close proximity. Every team is in close proximity with each other. So a loss and you're down, a win and you're up. So we just have to give it much more time to let the league shape enough. I personally, every season in the NPFL, I usually wait until match day 15 to see if every team has shaped off. But so far, it's not shaping off because Enugu Rangers can be top of the table. Shooting Stars can even go top of the table. It's just 5 points difference. So a lot of things to happen. The only, I wouldn't say surprising, but the only worrying situation is the fact that we have Aqua United, Bender Insurance, at the bottom of the table. Although Aqua United struggled last season and somehow they always managed to be the Everton of the NPFL, they'll struggle and then end up surviving the league. But so far, it's getting worse. This is the worst. Aqua United were league champions in 2021. And it's really, really terrible to see a league champion with just 16 points in 17 games. That's like averaging 1 point each game. So it's really worrying because they lost their last game against Bayelsa United, a game that I think and I felt that they should have at least gotten a point to help them, boost them, but they're still bottom of the table and it's going to be difficult because none of these other teams wants to relegate. Everyone wants to fight for something. Bender Insurance, although they had point deduction and all of that, gradually they are picking the point. At least they are unbeaten in their last 3 games. 1-1 drawn to Lobby Stars themselves. They are a team that's not supposed to be below. They are number 15 position. They're not supposed to be there. They are a big side, pride of Benway. But let's see if they'll start getting the result because usually the games that they've been winning is just at home. And it's actually worrisome. They've just been winning only games at home. And, they've also given their manager, that is in the person of Daniel Mokachi, and of course the white man, what's his name? Michael Lundstrom or whatever they call him from Finland. They've given them a 3-month ultimatum to get good results for Lobby Stars. If not, they'll get sacked.
And you know what happens when the Nigerian coaches get 3-month ultimatum? They start to win.
Miracles happens.
Exactly. So let's see what happens. Choma, thank you for stopping by again today. Via, don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. As we always say, like and share this video. We are here to try as much as possible to push the NPFL out there for people to see what's happening. Like I said in the beginning, Ikorodu City fans out there, I know, yes, how passion and emotions can go high in derbies. Please, let's keep them in check and not cause more harm for our team by, having punishments like not being in the stadium for the next 2 home games, which is a very, very big, have a very big impact on the team, plus the money that the police clubs are paying because of fan misbehavior. We hope this doesn't happen again, and it's just going to be a one-off thing. And yes, that's what we have for you today, our viewers. Let's know what you think about these teams and these games, these issues we discussed today in the comment section. And we'll see you guys next time. Ciao. Bye.